What a gorgeous morning we have this morning. It is an exciting / nerve-wracking / gonna be a crazy day. Today is pour 12-foot wall day. Let's see how this goes. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our vertical uprights for our connection of the two pours. We've already got our 12-foot long verticals, which will go in the wall. These 3-foot pieces are what we will put in after the pour is complete, and we have those connecting cold joint pieces of rebar all the way around every 3 feet. So we're going to get these cut. We're going to throw our 11-footers in. We got to put our string line up so that we can ensure we have our dimension off the edge. And we've got one board on the outside that we got to do some funky stuff to because it was a pain in the butt yesterday. So let's get this rebar cut. Show you guys a quick and easy way to make your string line corners. Get you a few short 2x4s, start your 2 screws. Take your other 2x4 and you put it on the edge. Try to get it somewhat straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, but close. Oops, don't stab yourself. Run your 2 screws in. Now what you have created is a block that can be screwed to the wall. It is exactly 5 inches. Show you guys where and how to screw that to the wall. Get you guys set up here in the corner. You want it in the furthest outward corner that you can get it to, but on the inside of the wall. You have 2 studs here, so you want your board to be long enough that you can catch both studs. And just use that 2x4. Again, this is your 5 inches, so this one screws to the wall. Just line it up with the top of wall there. Get you a screw in there and it'll screw it right to the ICF wall. Not that it has to be perfectly square, but being a little particular. Oops, missed. Now that it's screwed to the wall, you know for a fact that this is 5 inches. Again, I'll show you that to confirm it. 5 inches, you see that there on the tape. So with that being 5 inches, you know that you have another block in the opposite corner. So this face is your 5-inch. Run you a screw in there. Take your tape measure. Now your 5-inch from this wall has to be marked. Mark your 5 inches. Grab you another screw. Put another screw right there at 5 inches. And of course, I decided to put this screw right in my way. Never would have thought that that would have been 5 inches, but okay. So make sure that screw's not underneath that screw, obviously. Now that gives you 2 points. This is your 5-inch out from this wall. There'll be another block in that corner. This is your 5-inch out from this wall. There's already a block in that corner, and I have a block in that corner. So that gives you your 4 corners, and you put a string on your screws, run it over, run it over, run it to this corner behind us. Then you've got a 5-inch dimension, so when you go to adjust your walls and get them square, straight, and plumb, it's as simple as bumping a tape measure on the wall and making sure your string's at 5. Once I get strings on, I'll show you that. You guys can see our string line there, attached in the far corner, attached in this corner, attached in that corner, attached in that corner. You can see here, that guarantees that that is 5 inches. I put us our mark at 5 inches. So now if we take our tape measure, switch hands with the camera here, Whenever you go to adjust these walls and make sure they're very good, straight, square, and plumb, you guys can see that is dead nuts 5 inches. Dead nuts 5 inches, so on, so on. And we do have a slight bow end to this wall, so in our centers, we're gonna measure closer to 4 inches. And that ensures when the concrete is in this wall, all the pressure is on your brace instead of pulling away from your brace. That's a pretty key factor to pre-pour, is getting your wall with a small curve to the inside of the structure. So we're going to set our braces, get that curve in just a little bit more. Right now I'm about 1/4 of an inch in. I like to be somewhere around 1/2 to 3/4. And once concrete starts going in that hole, we are not going to rush through this process. As concrete's coming up, we'll constantly check that string line, eyeball our walls, make sure we're not bulging out anywhere funny. And if we are, we'll pull that brace in, because the worst case scenario, if your wall is leaning out, it is really hard to pull it back in. But if your wall is leaning in, it is much easier to push it out. So let's get all this set. And then I think we've got vertical rebar to put in and truly crutching up that outside board that runs up the rock structure to hold that loose end from flopping around. Let's get this done.
1, 2, 3, come on!
What the heck? Who is this guy?
I couldn't find new friends.
I told you. I warned you. If you start looking, you're gonna just be upset. Here we are. Anyway, today's pour day, so Dustin showed up, which I've told you guys over and over, it's pour day. He's gonna get them straps on there that we talked about yesterday, get a board over against the wall, and then you're gonna form up a retaining wall over here, right?
Yep, plan.
We're gonna form up a 12-inch wide, what it ended up being 30-inch tall, 2x12 formed retaining wall, so I can get that 20-inch of rock over top my footer and retain it and tie all this in together. You good to go? You got all the stuff you need?
Yep.
They're gonna be watching you, just so you're aware.
Just need some want to.
You need some want to? It's one of those days, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna get warm.
Well, you better get it, because it's gonna get warm. So as you guys know, I like to use stuff that I have, and I didn't want to cut any of these boards. So what we formed up was a 4 foot tall, 6 foot long, 12 inch wide, or 11 1/4, because we're using 2 by 12 retaining wall here. It's epoxied into the wall, tied in rebar vertical and horizontal, and this will give us roughly 2 inches more than what we need to backfill this 20-inch height, and this will allow me to create a nice slope here. Put my drainage pipe in, my former drain right over there, run it along this wall, and then turn and cut daylight out right down there. Simply by backfilling this with some rock, I can hide the pipe. That's retaining wall. Concrete will be here in an hour.
Let's do it.
Well, I was putting on the last board or so. Pump truck pulled up. They are here, set up, ready to start pumping the wall. We are waiting on the concrete trucks, but Brettsville Junction area, if you guys are local to there, look this guy up. He does a really good job. I also forgot to mention that we got the cross in the door. That is to support and keep concrete pressure from bowing this in and bowing that down. As you can see, it's all tied together. I have 2 2x4s there to get the majority of that board, and it is supported. Makes it harder to get in and out, but once we're in there, it's game on. So let's do it.
That was all brought on. That was all your fault.
So look at this. We got crazy people that show up, and I guarantee you they leave when the concrete truck pulls in.
I'm under the weather.
But hey, I do want to thank you. You made it for a quick pre-pour inspection. What do you
And
think?
made all kinds of changes. You didn't put them all. Redid the bracing, pulled the walls, redid the scaffold. I mean, everything.
Seriously, I hear the concrete truck. We need to go.
No, the only thing we did change was Mike made a good recommendation pulling the walkboards out further from the wall, so Dustin's job is a little bit easier. So,
And we secured your one brace.
and we put 2 screws in this 1 brace at the bottom. That's really all we did. Other than that, looks good.
Do you have your boards cut for down here?
I don't need boards cut for down there.
You may not, but if I was pouring this, I'd put them in.
Oh.
Why?
Huh? Because right here is going to be a tremendous amount of pressure with that high pour.
That's where that.
That's why I
pumper truck
put
guy
2
is.
Well,
here.
that's great. And you can leave that one out while you get in and out. Whenever you start pouring, I'll definitely put one in
You
there.
think I need one more 37-inch board?
We usually put 3 in there. You'll probably be all right with just 2, but I would definitely do something here.
Let me out of here before you put 3 in there. I just ain't.
I probably won't put the 3rd one in there until we're halfway up the wall, honestly.
That's what the pumper truck guy said. They always blow out right
Yeah.
on them doors. They're not braced right.
But you also have to remember I put my 2x12 on the inside instead of the bottom, so I didn't
Well,
screw that up.
The board between here
And there, I know what you're saying. All right, cut one 37-inch board, put 2
Yeah.
screws in, move the walkboards. Dang, I did so
I
bad.
don't know if I trust that window either.
Yeah, the window, it's, you know, that might blow out. I'm not for sure.
I think the concrete will hold it. I just don't know how well you're going to see through it.
Well, there's going to be a shower here and a tub here, so a 4-foot tall window just, you might see things that people don't want you to see, so I left the window out.
The same as these.
No, that wall is different. It's got a little bit different texture to it.
It's a castle.
It is. See?
The problem is these walls are so straight that looks even more crooked.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see the 2x4. There's about 16 inches of lean to it, so yeah, that wall is not very straight. But anyway, DP and Aaron, man behind the scenes, says we did good, other than one board, obviously.
In
So
all
we're,
seriousness, we did that for you.
told you they'd be leaving right as the concrete shows up, which is fine. We got
actually
this.
stalled for lunch because
Yeah.
we thought you'd be done by 1.
Yeah, gotcha. That's what happened. Call Mosers and tell Dave they're running behind and it cost you to be here. All right, well, the concrete will show up shortly and we're going to get this poured. Well, just as stated, DP's been gone about 10 minutes. There's the first concrete truck. This is a 14-yard pour, just shy of that, 13 and some change. So we'll have 2 trucks. The first truck came in full at 8.5. The next truck will be 5.5. Let's get this poured. You ready? Let's do it. The games begin. Well, the concrete's in the hole all the way to the top. We got our vertical rebar in. Pour went really well so far. Yes, sir.
Hey, is your jumper cable longer than mine?
I got some long ones
In
my
his
truck.
blue truck, yeah.
My battery's dead.
Yeah, there's some long ones in my truck.
Dustin's trying to get the leftover concrete from the pump truck in the bucket of the tractor so that we can use it elsewhere. I know you guys are on time lapse for the stem wall or the retaining wall. I don't know if it's full or not, but anyway. But I hopped on here to show you guys how easy adjusting these plumb wall braces is. Make sure you can see what's going on here. I'll show you one of them and then I'll do the rest. Always gotta make sure your plates are in all the way. If you electrical tape this off, you don't lose your pieces nearly as frequently. But it's a one-man show. Bump your tape measure. I'm at 4 3/4. Make sure you're going out. Give her a slight adjustment. Dead nuts 5 inches. It is literally that simple. Forward takes it in, reverse takes it out. I gotta go around, confirm I'm at 5 inches on my string line everywhere. If not, make a slight adjustment, get the wall perfectly straight, and we're done. Well, there you have it. 12-foot tall wall poured, adjusted, dead nuts on 5 inches throughout the entirety. You put a level on that wall, and I'm here to tell you, it don't get much better than that right there. That sucker is plumb. Now what we got to do is clean up, hang out for a little bit, make sure nothing changes in the next 30 minutes or so. Got a little extra concrete in the pump truck. We'll seal the deal on this one. Well, I found you guys. Retaining wall good? You had to shove a little bit in there at the end. I know, remember that, but I didn't do a whole lot over there, so I want to make sure. Didn't need anything. Good to go. It's a retaining wall. Don't have to be pretty.
Right. I think it went really well.
Cool. Thank you so much for your help. Pour went good. Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah.
Pour went good.
Yeah, I gotta go back out and look for some friends again.
Good luck finding any.
I hope this.
Wish you the best of luck there, my friend.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, that is the end of today's video. We're all whooped puppy dogs. It's been a long day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, like, comment, subscribe.